When the Pixel Fold first came out, there were a couple of reports early on of some hardware failures, kind of reminiscent of what we see with every new folding phone release in North America, at least where I'm paying attention. The Z Fold, every time it comes out, there's a rash of hardware failures early on, and then things kind of quiet back down for the most part. And that has generally been the case with the Pixel Fold. There were those handful in the beginning, not much after. And in fact, in my comments and in my own experience, there's not been a whole lot of bugs going around other than people potentially running beta versions of Android 14. And really, that's not even been that buggy for people either. It's been relatively quiet. I think to date, I think I got my first real comment about someone saying that their device was like really, really buggy literally earlier today. I'm recording this on August the 2nd in case I do release it later. Of course, there were also issues with people ordering the device and getting the device on time and things being pushed back. So I guess that wasn't very smooth either. But in terms of the device itself, hardware and bugs, it's been relatively smooth, in particular as Pixel launches go. However, I did come across this issue on the Pixel Fold subreddit. This was posted by Corey4225 6 days ago. And what they're saying here is that they noticed that the left side of their screen looked a little off when they were watching videos in a dark room, almost like blacks and grays look different from left to right. So they pulled up a black screen test on YouTube and went into a dark room, and I think that they also lowered their brightness all the way down, and this is what it looked like. One side was a little bit lighter or perhaps brighter than the other side. Now, this is not something I've noticed at all, although I can't say that I've been watching dark content in a dark room with my brightness turned all the way down. It seems like a very specific sort of scenario, maybe you could say, to have this happen. But what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to try to replicate this, and I'm going to try and see if this is something that my device has, and I guess we'll go from there. So let's grab my Pixel Fold, and let's go into a dark room. All right, we are in a sufficiently dark room, I believe. We're going to use this video here, black screen for backlight bleeding. It's hard to say, 1 hour, 1080p. Let's just play that. We're going to go full screen, and let's try and make sure the brightness is all the way down, which it is. Okay, so I am struggling mightily to be able to capture this on camera, but I did see the exact same phenomena as in that person's picture when I was in a very dark room. Again, all black video playing, brightness turned all the way down. But if the room is even approaching bright enough to film it, you don't see it anymore. The closest I was able to get was not with a video, but was in fact with some photos. I basically took several photos sitting in my bathroom floor. And this is what I was able to get. You can kind of see the images here. This one here is probably the best one. You can see there's like a grainy look that definitely was not present. This is a product of the night mode of the S23 Ultra, trying its best to resolve any detail in a super dark room looking at a very dim display, and that's what it came up with. The laser autofocus also caused some weird things at times. This one might look the closest to reality because the rest of these are like really exaggerated because, again, they're brightening everything. I could not see my floor here at all. It was so dark. So this, everything is being raised in brightness pretty substantially. So I would say maybe this was the closest thing to what I was seeing. In fact, let me edit this to look like what my eye saw. Maybe more like that, but even still, this is probably still too bright, but that's a little bit closer. It also didn't look blue. It looked more like this color, but much, much darker. I was also unable to achieve this effect with a black photo. It took a black screen of a video playing for this to happen, so I'm really not 100% sure what's going on here. I also am not 100% sure how important or meaningful this is, but I saw it being reported, so I figured I would test it, bring it to you guys, and show you. Maybe this is something that could be important to someone out there if you plan on watching very dark content in very, very dark rooms with your brightness turned most of the way down or close to all of the way down is when it seems to happen. It doesn't have to be all the way down, just sort of on the dimmer side. This might be annoying to you. I don't think you're going to hear too many people talking about it because I don't think this is going to affect a great many people because it's such a specific thing you have to kind of seek out to have happen. I'm sure that the internet is going to take this in a very reasonable way and definitely not blow it way out of proportion so that they can say that their favorite phone brand of choice is clearly the far better one because it does not have this exact, obscure, hard to replicate problem. But again, I thought it was at least shining a spotlight on so that people would at least be aware of it going forward. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks to those of you who sent this post over to me. I think a few people actually did end up sending this to me. So thanks for that. Subscribe for more content. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friend.